Good evening. This is Aslam Khair. I'm representing Princeton Prep, and I'm going to have a class on IELTS speaking practice, and another part will be practicing some grammar from GMAT. So hopefully it might help you or give you some insight on what kind of grammar that's being practiced in GMAT. Okay. Before that, so as we have some time, we'll start a little later, 7:15 probably, speaking, or 7:10. Before that, why don't we just check out what IELTS is all about? Let's check out some IELTS. Okay. So let's start. Hello, Anjun, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good, sir. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. How are you? So, are you at Dhaka or you're still you're in
no, sir.
Montreal,
I'm in my village.
You're in the village. So when you'll be coming back to Dhaka? Or Dhaka, do you live in Dhaka usually?
Yes, sir. I usually live in Dhaka with my sister.
With your sister, right? So you're in which university?
I'm studying at European University of Bangladesh, which is located in Gaptali.
In Gaptali, okay. Which subject? What's your subject?
I'm studying civil engineering.
Civil engineering, that's good. So you'd like to go abroad, hopefully?
Yes, sir. From my heart, I want to go abroad for my master's program.
Which country? Any country in particular?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I prefer to go Germany.
Germany, fine. Okay, so we don't have any more stress up to now. So you'd like to practice some speaking? Any problem or no? You'd like to practice? Hello? Anju? Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Okay, I can. So you would like to practice?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah? Okay. Fine, then let's practice a little bit. So let me ask you from first part. So just a moment. Okay, so is this a subject you really want to study, or you had to, choose it for any reason? Civil engineering, or if you got chance, you would have chosen any other subject?
There's a story behind choosing this subject. The thing is that when I was at my diploma in engineering institution, my subject was architecture. But I found after some time that architecture is not for me. So that, then I thought that maybe it would be better if I just switch to another subject. So one of my relatives just suggested me to choose civil engineering because he knew that, or he knows that I'm good at mathematics.
He knew that. So okay, he knew that you are good at
I'm
mathematics.
good at mathematics, so that's why I have chosen this subject.
Okay, fine. So would you get along with your classmates? Are you in friendly touch with your classmates?
Right now?
No, in general. Do you have any problem?
No, sir. I try to just contact with them because I'm really missing them during this period. So yeah.
No. I'm saying that get along. What is get along? Get along mean তোমার সম্পর্ক কেমন? তুমি কি ভালো? মোটামুটি মিলমিশ. Get along is a phrasal verb.
Okay, yeah.
So yes. You get along with your classmates pretty well.
Yes, I think that everyone. Our friendship relation is really very good. So I have 3 friends which are really
close to you.
Sorry, sir.
Very close to you.
Yes, they are very close to me.
Okay, so are you in touch with them now during the pandemic?
I try to, because they're also in their village, so it's really tough to just get a proper connection in order to talk, in order to text, SMS. So, but I try, and they
Okay,
also.
they also try. Fine. Okay, so is it a very popular subject in Bangladesh, studying civil engineering?
I think because in my university, so we have, or my university have um, around 20,000 students who are also studying civil engineering. So I think that it is really popular in our country.
How many? How many? In
20,000.
where?
My
In Bang?
university, at my university.
Oh, there are 20,000 students in your
Yeah,
university
yeah.
altogether. But are they studying civil engineering?
Yes, yes, sir.
Only civil engineering, 20,000
Y- Yes, sir. My university is, popular for this subject.
for this subject. I see. Okay,
Yes, sir.
20,000. Okay, it's a huge number.
Yes,
Fine.
it's a big
Uh,
number.
yes. So, do you have any plan for doing PhD in your subject, civil engineering, if you get a chance?
Yes, sir, I have, because in my village, so there is no any person who have this kind of degree. So I want to be the first person, but I don't know that what will happen with me. But I will try for my best to get a PhD degree in my life.
If you get a chance. Okay. So, how much English will help you? Do you think learning English is going to help you in your higher study?
Yes,
It's going
sir,
to help you a lot.
because IELTS is a English proficiency test, as far as I know. So yes, English is really very much important for this kind of particular examinations. Apart from that, English is, as English is an international language, so we can communicate with any other country's people because of English. Because we have around 7,000 languages in the world, so it is quite impossible to learn all the languages. So it would be better.
7,000. There's 7,000
Yes, sir.
languages.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. 7,000. And we have how many? How many countries? 200 something. Huh?
Yes, sir. Maybe, sir.
Mm,
Probably.
okay. What are the major? How many major languages are there? Major. We're talking about the major languages. Any idea about that?
No, sir. I don't have any idea about this.
Okay, but all over. Okay.
7,000, sir.
Okay. So, do you have any plan to do any business in your future? Are
Yes,
you?
sir. Yes, sir. I have. When I was studying diploma in engineering, so uh, me and my two of my friends have made a plan to just
No,
build
no.
our own.
What have made a plan means what? Made a plan.
Okay, made a plan.
Made. It's past. You made a plan. Yes. Hmm. Okay. You made a plan. Huh. Say then. Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. You made a plan.
To open our own consultant firm. So they are
Consultancy firm.
yes, a
Consultancy
consultancy
firm.
firm.
Okay. So you might one day, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So wish
But
you luck.
after my masters.
Okay. So okay, you're doing your bachelor's here now, huh?
Yes,
How
sir.
many
And
years to go? How many years to go?
sir, do you want to know that how many years I have studied
Yes,
already?
yes. No, no. How many years to go to finish? To go
Okay,
for
just
or
how many
getting over
semester or
years? Yes,
years I lived.
yes, yes. You're left. How many?
Only
Hello.
one semester left.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let me ask you a few more. So, what do you think? Are small families are better or large families are better?
I think that both are important. Right now, as people intend to live in capital, I mean Dhaka, so it is
Hmm.
not. It is quite impossible to live together. But in village, I still see that there are a lot of families who are living all together. So but if you want to know what I think, I mean
Hmm.
in which family I want to live, so it would
Hmm.
be
Hmm.
a big family or joint family.
Okay. So you have more people, you know.
Yes, my family is a joint family.
Okay, your family is a joint family.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's better. Okay. So do you think it's good to live with grandparents, or it's better not
Yeah.
to live with grandparents? You know, sometimes grandparents live in village,
Yes, sir.
and the other family that they're living in, or it's better for grandparents to live with the nuclear
Yes, sir.
family. Hmm.
I think that I wish I have my grandparents right now, but unfortunately they are no more in the world. So I think that it is better to live with grandparents because they can share their past experience, which just help us to understand that how to pass difficult time, how to cope up with um, uh, so what can I say, sir?
Okay,
So,
cope up with the changing world.
yes,
You
sir.
know, with also fine. Okay, so uh, do you think it's good to be the only child in the family?
Only child.
Yes. Is there any advantage to that?
No, I don't think so because I think that if there is only a child, then he or she will be alone or she will feel lonely because of having no other siblings. So I think that two children are better for a family,
At least two
at least two
children.
children.
So, do you think that you have to have a lot of money to have a happy, life? How important
Uh,
is money?
okay, it's a strange question because yes, money is important for our
The
life.
role of, yes.
Uh,
Um, okay, so it's very relative question, but the more the better. Do you think the more
um,
the better?
yeah, but because I have great interest to travel different parts of the world, so just for these reasons I really need more money. But excessive money is not better because at the end of the day we have to get a lot of tension because of having a lot of money. So so I don't think so that more, I mean big money is really need must for our life.
Okay. So, is there any generation gap in your family? Do you have any
uh,
generation gap?
Generation gap means.
Generation gap means generation gap.
Sir, could you please elaborate the thing that
Okay,
I would be glad then?
what is generation gap means? Your father has his own views. You have own views, and you have clash. Between those two views. You know, you think in a different way. Your parents think in a different way because there's age gap.
Okay, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
generation gap.
Yes. There is a big generation gap in my family because my father thought that money is the biggest thing in our life, but I think that uh, education is more important. So I think that this is the best example I can tell you about generation gap in my family.
Okay. And is he what kind of profession he is in? He's businessman, or you know what he's a
Businessman, but
office.
his business is not so big. He's selling vegetables in my local area. I mean, in my village.
Okay,
Yes,
fine. Okay, so he's a businessman.
yeah.
I see. Okay, so different kind of business probably with that. Okay, so let me ask you. were people more closer to their families in the past? In general, say how close you are with your family, other members.
Yeah, we are very close to each other because we love each other, and and in the past, what happened that people just have people had a knowledge that if we just don't live if we don't live together, then someone could attack us, or someone
Hmm.
could just uh, come enter or go enter our family. So that's why people used to live together in the past.
Okay, just a moment. Give me one moment.
Okay, sir.
Just a moment. Just, okay. Okay, Faria, how are you today? How's your health? Hello, Faria.
Yes, sir.
You're better than
Yes, sir.
yesterday.
Um,
Hopefully,
Feeling better today. Yeah, Alhamdulillah.
little better.
Yes,
Mm, it's still.
sir, if I take rest, then I feel better. But if I do any hard work, then I feel
You feel tired.
pain in my body, or
Uh,
I feel fever.
so, what about chikungunya? Did you have chikungunya before?
Yes, sir.
You had it. I also had it, and it was so
Sir,
difficult, huh?
when
So, also, for
process
this COVID,
very.
is it similar? Is it a little bit
Also,
similar? The
also
pain?
chikungunya is sir. I was affected chikungunya by when it was Eid day.
Eid day.
Fever, yes, sir. I was affected then, and I never say I then could not celebrate my Eid. But
Hmm.
chikungunya is more harder than coronavirus. If you think about body pain,
Body
then
pain, yes. Body
body
pain,
pain
it was
and fever,
extreme.
extreme level body pain, and much more fever like 104 or 105
Which
degrees.
one? Which one? Chikungunya.
Yes, sir.
Chikungunya.
But in
Okay.
coronavirus, it's less pain than chikungunya, but it's a
More,
dangerous than
more fatal. More fatal. Okay. Okay. So, can I ask you a few questions?
yes, sir. Of course.
Uh, uh, okay. Do you know much about the history of Dhaka? How much do you know about the history of Dhaka?
Not so very much, but I know that it before the name of Dhaka is Jahangirnagar, and it was named by capital because there are lots of things in Dhaka that which is available, and
Okay.
sorry, sir, I can't
Oh,
hear.
no. I'm just okay. So, uh, why is Dhaka famous for? Why Dhaka is famous for? Is there any particular thing that you can say that yes, Dhaka is famous for?
As it's called capital, of course, it has most beautiful things or most important things that makes it capital. That is the Shahjaral Antarjatik.
Okay, so the airport is there.
There
Okay,
are lots of
the new Dhaka is there. The old Dhaka is there.
yes, sir, old
Okay, so
old Dhaka,
what?
and it's a traditional place, you know, Old Dhaka.
Okay, what sort of jobs do people do in your hometown? Is there any particular kind of jobs that people do?
Sir, hometowns. What do you mean by hometown?
No, hometown means okay. Let's talk about
Dhaka or
Dhaka. Let's talk about Dhaka. Is there any
no, it's
particular?
not my hometown,
Huh.
but from the childhood
You have been living here.
I'm living here. So I have been living here, and sir, may
Okay.
I told about my native village?
Please. No problem.
Sir,
No problem. No
so
problem.
my native village was Lakshmipur. I mean Lakshmipur.
Okay, I see.
Though I was born in Kumilla, but Lakshmipur is my native village. There are lots of workers who are working for their survival things. But my hometown is in city, not in
Okay, in city.
village area.
I say.
Yes.
Okay, what's the main profession? Is there any particular profession people are more interested? Is
Not really
businessman? Most of the people are businessmen, or
no, sir.
or
There is no particular job. There
so
are
they're
varieties
mixed.
of jobs.
Mostly mixed. Okay, so
Famous for coconut and
coconut. I see.
it's called
This
supari.
is
I don't know the English of supari.
Okay, Shupari. No, what's that? I don't recall as well.
Pan
Betel nut. Oh no. Okay. So, Anjum, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Okay. So, let me ask you. So, so, what do you like about the area around where you live in?
Sir, I mean, my village.
In Dhaka. No, in Dhaka. Let's talk about in Dhaka.
Okay. I live in Old Dhaka, so this place is really very popular just because of the local people, because they speak with their local accent, so it is really very sweet. Apart from that, this place is also popular for traditional food. So each day a lot of thousands of people come from different parts of Dhaka here in order to taste different kinds of traditional food. Yes,
Okay.
and
So, you travel to Gaptoli from Old Dhaka?
yes,
Is it a
I have
hassle?
to.
Yeah, is it a
Yes,
hassle? Is it very
yes,
far?
sir, because I think that everyone knows about the traffic jam in Dhaka. So yeah, it's a big hassle for me, but I have nothing to do but to
Why don't you live in a mess in around Gaptoli?
because
Is it expensive? That could be a
uh,
reason.
yes, sir.
Or,
Yes, it's a financial issue, and
okay.
another thing is my family think that
It's
health is.
better.
I should
Okay, so
just
you should eat with your
healthy food. Yes, sir.
healthy food. Okay, that could be one. Okay, so Ashna, are you there? Hello, Ashna.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Assalamu
Okay,
alaikum.
so walaikum salam. Is there anything you would like to change in your house? You have been thinking, you're not happy, but you haven't been able to change, an extra room or something.
Yeah, actually, we had a plan to paint the house, all the house. And one more thing, we had some problem. I mean, some issue with the kitchen. So we had a plan to change it. Yeah.
Is it you want a bigger kitchen or what or more advanced kitchen with lots of
No, just we want to change the design, not
the design. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, so Would you like your grandparents to live with you, or they should live separately? I'm just saying, I'm not sure whether they live with you or not, with your family.
Yeah, I'm living with my family.
No, I'm talking about your grandparents.
No.
Do the
grandparents are
live
not
with you?
living with us. They are living separately with other uncles.
Separately. Oh, with other. It's better. Would it have been better if they lived with you?
I don't know, actually. Sometimes taking care for old people is difficult, but living with them also is enjoyable.
Enjoyable, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so why? Okay, they don't live with you, with other uncles.
Sometimes they are visiting us. They are staying here for maybe a few days, but
days.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? Okay, fine. Okay, so so you have a lot of parks. The other day you told me, huh? And also films. I know about your films.
Yeah.
What about festivals? Do you enjoy festivals? Big festivals?
Yeah, we have festival. Actually, the Kurdish, we have a Kurdish New Year, Nowruz. I think it's a little bit famous. I don't know you know about this or not, but most of the countries they have the same.
The Kurdish, they're mostly what, Sunni or Shia? It's
Sunni.
not a big deal. Oh, Sunni, okay. And the Turkish people, they're Sunni as well. Okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they are. We have a Kurdish New Year, and most people, they are going to picnic in the first few days in Kurdish New Year because it is starting spring, and they are wearing Kurdish clothes. And yeah, it is really enjoyable time. Even for this year, it was quarantine. We couldn't do it like the last few years.
We also have a kind of a horrible, not horrible. Eid, this is the Eid we never wanted to. It was so different.
Yeah.
Okay, what about
this year?
So many new experiences this year.
Yeah, we didn't experience it before.
And we wish we never had this 2020.
I mean, inshallah.
Okay. So what about, do you have lots of art galleries? Do you have lots of art galleries in your place? Art galleries where they have paintings and you go and...
Yeah, we have it. Sometimes they are painting in the walls and you can see it in the roads. There's a lot of galleries, yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, I know about so you don't have any trains, but rather you have buses, okay, and so are there lots of birds in your place? Lots of birds? Do you watch birds? Are you a big fan of birds?
Yeah, we have it. Most of the time we are seeing the birds around the masjids. I don't know why it is a blessed place or something like that, but most of the time.
I see there are lots of, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Farhana, are you there? Farhana?
Yes, sir. I have just come.
Oh, would you like to speak with us?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how to play any musical instrument, Farhana?
In my childhood, I used to learn harmonium, but after my school, I didn't practice that much.
No, you couldn't practice. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you kind of forgot. Okay, so would you like to continue that after some time, if you get a chance? Or
if I get a chance, I would like to learn guitar.
Guitar.
Yeah.
I see. Guitar is more.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay, so what's more important? A building should be very nice to look at, or is more about the interior design? The structure. Which one should be more? Is it you want to live in a house that is more attractive to look at, or the interior design? Not interior design. I'm saying that.
Yeah. I think both are important because if it is good, I mean, any structure that will be safe. That will be more safer.
But besides, when I leave a good structured home but not well decorated, then maybe I will
Oh, no,
feel
I'm
bored.
not talking. Okay, I'm not basically. Okay, it's more about design. The rooms, whether it's the air, the ventilation is there, or you
Yeah,
have enough light. I think that's, would you rather live in a very ugly looking building, but inside it's really, well designed?
yeah.
Which one? No
For
problem.
me, inside design is most important than the outside because
Then the outside.
yeah,
You don't,
for me because
you don't even look
yeah.
at the house for that long. You just
Yes,
enter the house and
yes. People may look at my house, but I don't look my house that much. So maximum time I spend time in my home. So
no, maximum,
inside the home.
most of the time. You should say
Okay,
most of
most
the
of the
time.
time. Okay,
Okay,
all right.
Faria,
Most
can
of
I
the
ask
time.
you?
Yes,
Faria,
sir.
Faria, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who bought clothes for you when you were a child? Who
Sorry,
used
sir.
to
Can I repeat?
buy clothes for you when you were a child?
Cloth. Okay.
Clothes.
My mother always does it. My
Your
mother
mother
used
used to go with your mother
yes,
most
sir.
of the
I
time.
used to most of the time I used to go to shopping with my mother. Even
What about your
because my
father?
mother, sir, my father is home lover type person or kinda lazy, kinda book lover,
Book lover.
kinda
I see.
more educated, and he is also the first. He's sorry, he has ranked the first position of IELTS in British Amal. Sorry, British
Really?
timing. Yes, sir.
In
So
British?
British
In Brit?
timing. Uh,
Uh,
Even
okay.
he got a scholarship and he has done his study in uh, France and England.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Okay.
so he has no lots of time for us to go out for shopping, and he doesn't love it actually.
He
So
doesn't love it.
I
It's
used
a
to
waste
go
of
to
time.
his
Okay.
mother,
Nice
and
to
he
know
is an
that.
English lover, sir.
Huh?
Uh,
He's a
English lover, and he's still in 79 years old, and he's
he's
sensitive.
79 years old.
Yes, sir.
79 years old, and still he reads books.
And also a patient with cancer.
That's
He still
interesting.
uh, reads book and Oxford Dictionary also regularly.
Hmm. Very nice to know that. Okay, Anjan, are you there?
He has ranked the first position in
Yes,
IELTS
sir.
test.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Convey our congratulations
So
to him. To him. Nice to know
pray
that.
for him as he is busy.
Yes, and our salam and the salam. Okay, so Anjan, do you like rainy weather or sunny weather? Which one do you like?
Sir, I like both weather because sometimes when I feel so hot, I really want some rain in order to get some cool wind. So, but most of the time, when I really want to go outside, that time I don't rain so much.
At
So
that time. At that time.
at that time,
Okay. So are you a big fan of sweets? Are you a
no,
big,
sir, I'm not because I have some tooth problem. So I don't know
okay,
the word.
okay, you try to avoid that.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
You try to.
I have
Okay.
to avoid that. So doctor suggests me not to take much sweets. So
Much.
yeah.
Okay. So do you think chocolates are quite expensive in Bangladesh? Chocolate,
Um,
the branded one.
if
Is
I
it quite
consider yes, sir. If I consider
or
branded
or,
chocolate,
choc-
then
or chocolate should be expensive, because other than that everybody will buy chocolates, so they will have more
okay,
problem. Do you think
sir.
it's too? Is it too expensive? Chocolates.
If I say about some good chocolates, I mean some branded chocolates, so these are really very expensive. Just get out of our hand. So, but most of the chocolate which are produced in our country, these are not
Yeah.
so costly. So we
Not
can
costly,
buy.
but I think there's a big difference in taste, I believe. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Do you think? Yeah? Do you think those are quite believe. Okay. Okay, so
Sir, sir,
hmm,
I want to know one thing.
hmm.
Sir, so I don't know anything about you. So would you mind if I request you to tell me about yourself, something
You know, something.
like
So,
where
Sir, I
are you
also want
living?
to know about you as I was not in introduction class.
huh?
Sir, I
What?
was not in the introduction class as I was ill, so I want to know about
Oh,
study or
uh, so okay. What should I say? You know?
so I know a little bit from my
Hmm.
sir, but I
No. Oh no. Oh, what happened? You know, I switched time and again. My kind of study subject. I studied with Sunbeam Tutorial. You know that school, and then I move on to
sorry, sir,
St. Joseph's.
I cannot get it.
Sunbeams. There's
Oh,
Sunbeams Tutorial. I started with Sunbeams Tutorials. Then I moved on to St. Joseph's. You know St. Joseph's High School in Dhaka.
Yes, my two nephews are studying there too.
I see. Okay. After that, I went to Cadet College, Jinadao Cadet College. I spent there 6 years. Then after I passed my intermediate, and I went to Japan, for Monboshu. But I didn't study there. I didn't like it much. So I came back. Then
so do you know Japanese language?
yeah, little bit. Watashi no namae nan desu ka? Well, a little bit, and not that much, and not that much. Yeah. Okay. And but we three, three of us, we went to Japan. They know they both of them have doctorate degrees now. Three of us, we went there, and I came back, and then I studied in Buet. I was there just for 1 year. Then I left Buet, and I went to IBA for MBA. I just kept on switching, and after IBA, then I went to United States. I got a scholarship, and
Sir, I couldn't hear where did you study?
study
IPS?
after that Buet, then IBA, Business Administration. Then I went to United States. I was there for 6 years. Then I really didn't like much, and I came back to live with my family. And
Sir,
this is
why
pretty much.
didn't you like much?
Huh? No, I didn't find that much very different something. My parents were sick. They were kind of old, and I came back, and I was thinking I would go back there, but I didn't go back. My sisters are there. Both of my sisters are in the States, and I did also a master's in English in Bangladesh, and I also did a master's in development study. So lots of subject. You name it, probably I have studied. This subject here, there. So it has been like that for many years.
Sir, where did you study English?
Why did I study English? Hello. Okay. Okay. Let's start. Huh? Let's do the class. Huh? No problem. Another day we'll talk about that.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So we were planning to do some grammar, but we are expecting one or two of the others, those who would like to do the grammar. So Shibli, how are you? Shibli, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. I'm fine, Alhamdulillah. How are you,
Okay.
sir?
I'm fine. Okay. So have
Just
you
came to
been?
know about you a little bit, sir. I was also unaware of your these kinds of
No. I
activities, sir.
just I switched.
Thank you for sharing this.
Okay. So what about this one? Let me ask you one or two questions, huh?
Okay, sir.
So do you think we are aware about keeping our city litter free? Are we really conscious about that, or we are not really much worried about that?
Actually, we are not much conscious about that because many people are here and there littering. This is actually is a habitual. This is become
Okay,
a
okay.
bad habit actually.
Yeah, but the same people. If we go out, we don't do that. If we go
Right.
in a foreign country,
Same
we
people.
don't. It's more about, you know, while we are in a country, we think that everybody is not, worried about that.
Right.
Nobody cares about that. Okay, that's also a big
Absolutely.
problem.
Absolutely.
It can be learned, and it's different. So, what's the biggest problem in our country? Is it about the population? We have a very large population, so it's difficult to handle.
Actually, no, this is not about population. This is the about the education. Actually, education means proper guidance and proper what to do, what not to do. The lack of these kinds of knowledge.
But those are written in the books we read. All the books are good, filled up with good. You shouldn't be doing that. But we are not doing that. In most of the cases. I'm not saying all of the time. And I think that's the thing. We think that who cares, because other people are doing it. Let me do it. And
Right. This is the another reason because of our mentality, our consciousness that does not allow us to um, think like that. This is our environment, our our society. We should care about this, um, uh, and
okay,
many things actually need to drive, need to be driven to to change our mentality and habit, um, to be conscious. And
I see.
like this corona crisis, where you can see that in current days we are very much conscious about the conscious and careful about these kinds of activities.
Okay. So we need something, very hard.
Right,
Then
right.
probably we'll be far. Other than that, we are not
Other,
going to.
right. We
Okay.
like hard
So
things.
when we are going to start our grammar, around 7:45, we are supposed to. You know that we are going to have some grammar
Yeah, yes, sir. I have
practice. Practice we
get
did in the last class, but I don't find any of. Okay, so fine. So who can I ask? Anybody? Ashra, can I ask you? Do you walk a
Yes,
lot?
sir.
Do you walk a lot? Do you like walking a lot?
Yeah, I like it, especially if it's a good weather and in raining also. I really enjoyed walking.
Walking in the rain.
Yeah.
When it's raining. Okay, so you're not afraid of getting cold? No?
No.
Getting sick? Okay.
Oh no.
Fine. Okay.
But my mom not let me to do that most of the time, especially while packing from duty. If I feel it's raining, I'm trying to walk for a while, even it's for 5 minutes. I'm enjoying it.
I see. Okay, fine. Let me ask. Who can I ask? Anjun, can I ask you, how often do you make phone calls?
It depends on my mood, because today I haven't made any call. But yesterday
how often do you make phone? Some people, they always make phone calls.
no,
And other
sir,
people complain that you
I'm
make
not
lots
that
of
type of person who always love to do phone calls.
do make phone. Okay, so when it's extremely needed, probably, then
Yes,
you
sir.
make phone calls. Okay.
But I love to send SMS instead of doing phone calls.
Okay, I see. I should. Okay, so anybody? I'm sorry. Oops. Wait. So okay, so we should start grammar. Can we start our grammar today?
Yes,
We
sir.
should.
Sure.
We can. Okay. I don't know whether.
Yes, sir.
But our grammar is mostly based on what? On what? On it's mostly it's GMAT, huh? It's mostly GMAT grammar. Okay, one thing. What about conditional sentence? How much do you know about conditional sentence? You should use conditional sentence in what? In what? In IELTS. They need different variety of sentences and conditional sentences. So let's start with conditional sentence, huh? And
okay, sir.
what I believe that there could be some other students who might join in. So then we'll go to a little bit of referent. We completed kind of referent in the last class. So I was thinking, we should start with tense, huh? With tense, the kind of tense they check in GMAT. But before that, one thing I can do, let's start from conditional sentence. In a very good even yesterday we were watching a video about writing, task 2, that they also mentioned, because if you can write correct conditional sentence, they know that you have that expertise. If you can show them that you can write complex sentences at the same time, there are different kind of sentences structures. We'll come to that even in this grammar class. Today hopefully we'll be doing the tense, and after that you will see that we are coming up with different kind of structures. All these structures sometimes you need to use in what? In IELTS, because in one of the criteria, there are 4 criteria, especially in task 2. One is what? Sentence variety and accuracy. Sentence variety and accuracy. So variety is also important, because if you always start with subject verb, then the rest predicate, subject verb, not predicate. Verb is a part of predicate. Subject predicate, same structure. It doesn't sound nice, and it seems that you don't have that ability, to vary your sentences. If you vary your sentences, it becomes better. People they have more fun, reading your materials. Okay, so what we are going to do? We are going to do some. I'm going to see some. This one. Let me check. Wait. I need to just change one thing first. Where is that? Here. Okay. This one. We're going to do this today. Let's start with that. Then we'll move on to other stuff. Okay, you can say it, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just a website, don't worry about that. So as long as we read it, this is fine. And you can later check in other websites as well. So how to use conditionals in IELTS writing. So it's basically IELTS. And one thing I can do, I can also send you these links. This link, so it's also, it might be interesting as well. Okay, so let's confuse by conditional. This lesson takes you through the different types of conditional sentence from 0 right to the third. So there are basically 4 types of 0, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. 4. I'm going to read it quickly. If need be, we can discuss this condition in another class. So YouTube, this the link. Okay, conditional made easier. It's in the overview. There's simple logic to conditional, though it doesn't feel like it. Conditionals depend on how real or possible situation is in the eyes of the speaker. Look at this example, which I teach in the video. You'll get all this in the video. As you progress further and further from possibility from 0 to third, the tense go back from present to past perfect. We'll check it. Okay, these are the 4 basic. But later on we'll check more, more variations. If I have money, I spend it. Means present simple. This is the 0. If I have money, I spend it. Always. If I have money, I will spend it. This is the first one. It's a possible. But this is It happens all the time. If I have money, I eat kachi biryani. It always happens. So if I have money, I will spend it. You know, it's a possibility. If I have money, I will eat kachi biryani. But I don't do it. Okay. Second imaginary, if I had money, I would spend it. What does it mean? Is it present or past? Who can tell me? Anju?
Past.
What does it mean in Bengali? You know, if it is a Bengali.
Sir.
Which one?
Okay, this one.
Present tense.
This one. You know, second imaginary. So if I had money, I would spend it. Is it present or past? What does it mean? If I had money, I would spend it. Are we talking about the past or are we talking about the present?
Present tense.
It's present tense.
No, sir. I think it is past tense.
Is it past? Ashna, is it past or present? If I had money, I would spend it.
I think, sir, it's a predictable sentence.
I think it is past because we used had.
Yes,
If I had money, I would. Okay, let me use some Bengali because they won't understand Bengali. If I had money, I would spend it. মানে আমার যদি টাকা থাকতো আমি
খরচ করতাম
মানে এটা কিন্তু প্রেজেন্ট মানে আমার যদি টাকা থাকতো আমার যদি গাড়ি থাকতো আমি তোমাকে লিফট দিতাম মানে Ashna, this is present. They're saying that if I had a car, I would give you a ride. Now, right now. I don't have a car, I can. It looks like past, but it's not that. So if I had money, if I had a car, I'd give you a lift. Means at the moment, I don't have a car, so I can give you a present.
No.
Huh? Okay, so this is basically present. This structure. With past simple, you must use a would. Would. There must be a would, and this must be after if there must be simple past. So this is the basic structure. The third one is impossible in the past. Impossible. This is imaginary. I don't have it. You know, I can imagine. If I had a car, I'm giving you a ride. So what about this is third. In the past, impossible. Because I can go back to the past. If I had money. If I had money. See here, past perfect. One is simple past, one is past perfect for that one. You know, we can check. If I had money, I would have. If you had you must you have with would. Not only would plus have. So if I had money, আমার যদি টাকা থাকতো গতকাল কেউ আমার থেকে টাকা চেয়েছিল, আমার টাকা ছিল না, আমি বলছি আমার যেহেতু টাকা ছিল না আমি দিতে পারিনি। কিন্তু বুঝছেন সবাই?
Yes, sir.
So এখানে হচ্ছে যে আমার যদি কালকে টাকা থাকতো, if I had a car, last night I would have given you a ride. মানে last night for some reason I didn't have the car, so I couldn't give you the ride. Okay, you know the difference between second and third is this is present. I don't have a car. I don't have a money. That's why I can't spend it. But what about the third? If I had the money, means in the past, if I had the money, I would have done something. You know, I would have, but I couldn't do that because I didn't have the money. You get my point? So these, at least if you can show one or two in formal essay, at least you could use this two. These two are very, you know, at least one or two sentences in the whole essay will get marked. So this is how, you know, you learn from different places and you just, you know, put it together. Okay, let's say, you know, why don't I just cover it quickly? If need be, we can cover it in length, you know, later on. Zero conditional. Use zero conditional when something is always true. If I have money, I spend it. As command. If you have money, spend it. You can use it to talk about your habits in speaking part one. In speaking part one, you know, and eyes. How do you usually get to school? I usually walk, but if it's raining, I get the, but this is zero conditional. That always happens. Here are some well-known expressions my students send me on Instagram using zero conditional. If you can't stand the head, get out of the kitchen. If you can't beat, then join them. If it looks like good to be true, it probably is. Be good. If you can be good, be careful. If you want something done properly, do it yourself. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. If you can dream it, you can do it. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. If life gives you lemons, make tequila. Okay, so if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Now, this is basically the zero conditional. What about the first condition? First conditional use, when we use it, when you think the event is possible. If I have time, I will help you. To make threats, promises, and warning. Okay, so if you do that again, I will call the police. If you if you're writing task conclusion in your writing, I think you can use it. For example, if parents, government, those restaurants continue to are unable to find an alternative to result, there will be dire consequences if something doesn't happen. The impact on the will be disastrous if we don't. This is just like that. If we don't do it, it will happen. If we don't take care of our old people, they will fall sick, like that, huh? If we don't become aware about we don't become cautious about the COVID thing, you will catch it. Okay, like that. This is simple. Alternative to if, I will lend you some money as long as. So if you don't used to use if,
Sir,
like
I have
this one.
one query, sir. Can I ask? Sir,
please.
that means in this case, I mean, if something will happen in the future, if we are will be able to do that, then we should use will instead of would.
Yes, definitely. No, would, yes, here. So what I'm saying, if I have time, if I have the time, I will help you. If you do that again, I will call the police. We might see some uses would later on. Huh? We'll come to that. Don't worry. So if there's an alternative, I will lend you some money as long as you promise to pay back. It's the same. I will lend you money provided that you promise to pay back. It works like same. I will lend you some money on the condition that you promise to pay me back. I won't lend you the money unless you promise. Unless, another use. Unless can be difficult. It just means if not, and can be used with all the conditional. Here are some memorable examples my student posted on Instagram. Zero conditional. Don't say you love me unless you mean it. Dreams don't work unless you do. Don't give advice unless someone asks for it. Nobody wants to hear about your workout unless you fell off the treadmill. Always give 100% unless. Okay, so you just read it. Don't worry. I will send you the. We will start the tense stuff. Huh? Second conditional. I to take the the road through Moria unless I had no choice. I wouldn't take. I wouldn't let my car to anyone unless I had a total faith in them. I wouldn't let my car to anyone. Are you going to give anybody unless you really know he knows how to drive the car? Are you going to do that?
Of course,
Hello?
no.
Of course not. So what happened? Let me tell you. When I was in the States, I was working with a Japanese person, huh? Because I knew a little bit Japanese, so we had good relation, and that was my first day off. You get my point? And
Of working?
Yes, sir.
yes, of working. Yes, working. No,
Okay.
it was just a I was a student. It was an odd job. It's not a very fabulous job. It's not a white collar job. Just regular job. You work in a restaurant, in Burger King, anywhere. Students work in any place. So what happened there? He was that Japanese guy. He's a Tora-san. He was Tora-san, San Minister, and he used to be a sumo fighter. But now, yes, once in Japan, he was famous. He was within the first 10 or 15. He was a very famous one, and he got married with an American, a sports writer, and they came back to America. He became a citizen. So what happened? You know, that was my first day off, and I just went there, and he just handed me a key, and I thought that what is this key is all about? And he told me that in Japanese, dozo means, you know, please look. And just in front of his, it was a Japanese restaurant. In front of that, and there was a brand new car, almost brand new car. It was a Chevy Blazer 4x4. And he told me that, you know, please, you know, this is your day off. You can, you know, go anywhere. And he didn't even ask me whether I had a license, whether I could drive or nothing. You see? And I worked with him for 4 years, and he was just like my father. And I could never say that, yes, I'm not going to work. I could never say, you know, just think about how big heart you need to have. He never cared. And what he told me, please come within the evening. Other than that, I'll have to go home working. Just think about that.
Yes.
He was
Great.
requesting. You know, this is, you know, let me tell you, you know, United States, especially, you know, I was there for 6 years, but I met so wonderful people there. You know, the Americans, probably you'll find the worst and the best. American is such a nice place for that perspective. You know, it's a big country. You know, the other countries, you know, I don't really think not everybody's. So I had the opportunity to meet very beautiful, very nice people, very nice people. So, okay, so, but, okay, anyways, I'm saying just.
Arigatou gozaimasu for
Right,
sharing the story.
Okay, those are. Okay, so, あなたの名前は何ですか? 何ですか? What's your name? あなたの国は何ですか? What's your country of origin? Anyways, this is second conditional. Second conditional are the great way of making suggestion and recommendation. Part two, you know, most of you know that. You can, these are quite interesting videos. You can just check it. These are, I will send you all the link of this tree. So it's not in 8 minutes. So if you check it, you'll find, you know, it's interesting, huh? Check it out. So task to conclusion, you can even write like that. What's that? If we parents, government, this did more, could find an alternative to, if we did more, if we, like that, if we parents, government did more to combat, tackle, and the result is they could be able to reduce. They would be able to reduce. What I'm saying, you know, if you have a simple past, then what you need to use? You need to use a good. This structure is a very common structure. I believe, you know, why don't you just check it, this video? This would be better, huh? This would be better. Huh? This would be better. Wish, past. Wish, I wish I could go to the party. Means I can. I don't have much money. I wish I had more money. I wish I had. Means I don't have the money. I wanted to have money. I'm not very ambitious. I wish I were more ambitious. So here probably both will work. You know, both works. I wish I was more ambitious. I wish.
So I wear also.
Where is more? Where is more? I think people use this more often. I wish I were more. I'm not ambitious. I wish I could speak French. What about the third conditional? I wish. I wish if I had studied. Simple past perfect. This is third conditional. Had studied, would have. This is had studied, would have. You get my point? Say if I had studied a different subject. If I wish I had studied a different subject. If I had studied computing, I would have got a better job. I didn't study computer, so I didn't get a better job. I wish I had gone to bed earlier last night. I wish I hadn't skipped breakfast, but I did. That's the thing. Okay, what about hidden conditional? There's some other there, not exactly conditional, but meaning is similar. The closer you get, the slower I go. The bigger. Okay, mixed conditional also. If I had studied computing, I would be rich. I would be if I had studied. So this is a mixed one. in real life condition get mixed up all the time because each part of the sentence refers to different time. Don't worry too much about this. You really need to use them. Anyways, okay, but I think it's better
Have
if
a
you
good
use
brand.
one or two of these in your
Right.
IELTS.
So some chocolates which have a good brand are really very expensive, so it's just out of our hand. But
Okay, so if the government invested more, they would save money. So the government didn't invested more. That's why they can save money. Where the government, so this is inverted. See, where the government to invest more, they would save money. This is pretty nice. If you write this if you can write it in IELTS, definitely it will catch the eyes of the examiner, guaranteed. Had the government invested more, if you has had the government invested, you should use would have. Get my point? Had the government invested more, these are very common, and American use a lot. American, especially the native speakers. Okay, so I will send you these 3 videos. This is pretty interesting, and they have discussed out everything. So it's not that long, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Try to learn something, so you can use it. Okay, fine. Now let's move on to what? Now let's move on to. We'll be moving on to what? Some tense. Okay. But listen, don't think that I'm going to go for all the trends, but mostly the trends that they check on GMAT. That's I'm going to check. Okay, basically, what is very important, past perfect in GMAT is past perfect is very important. Are you clear about past perfect? Very clear when to use past perfect and when not to use.
No, sir. Please, sir. Can you repeat? I mean, can you
Okay,
summarize?
past perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, the main problem is while we are reading the rules, but immediately after that, the time goes, we just forget it. So what was I think it would be more practical if we
No.
practice
Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some practice materials. You'll have to
sir.
keep on doing that. Keep on doing that. The answers is there. You see that gradually, but this works. Guaranteed, this works. But you'll have to give time. You'll give time. The more you learn, it's not because you're not learning the grammar. You're not memorizing the grammar. Rather, you're solving. Okay. So, what is about mostly when we use had? Had. Who can tell me when we use had? What about
Had?
had?
I mean,
For past perfect?
Okay, past perfect. But
yeah.
when do we use? Okay, would you be able to? This one. Okay, what's the difference? If I had a car, if I write, if I had, if I had a car, I would. Wait. I don't know what they use, but this one. Past perfect. If I. Okay, you did 2 actions. You watched a movie last night. You watched a movie last night and you had dinner. You had dinner. So anybody who can tell me that you're going to say that you had movie at the same time you had dinner last night, but I want to know which one you did. Okay, think about last night. You took your dinner at 9. You watched a movie at 11 p.m. How you are going to say that? Ashna, would you be able to say that? How you are going to say that? You also watched a movie. You had a dinner, but don't mention this number. I don't need this time. What I need
The time?
Yeah, I
I
don't
should
need
say
that.
last night.
I need to know that. You need to mention in such a way that I understand that you had, first you had dinner, then you had your movie.
You mean at the same time or
No, it's
after
not the
that?
same time. You finished your dinner first,
Dinner and then
yes. So how you're going to say that? Okay, let me tell you.
You had
Anybody?
you ate.
No, I had.
Oh, okay. I ate
Okay, yes, okay.
I had my dinner.
I watched a movie. I had dinner. So how you going to say that?
Sir,
I had my
after-
dinner before I had watched a movie last night.
Before, is it right or listen?
No, sir, it's wrong.
Okay, I woke up at 3 a.m. last night. 3 a.m. Another sentence is it rained. Both are what? Past tense. Both are past tense. How can I know which took place earlier? কোনটা আগে ঘটেছে? বৃষ্টি আগে ঘটেছে নাকি? Okay, you are saying another sentence. আচ্ছা, I bought BOUGHT. I bought a pair of shoes. আরেকটা হচ্ছে I ate chicken fry. So you went to Vasundhara city and what? You bought a pair of shoes, but at the same time you bought chicken. You had chicken. So what's the easiest way of expressing that?
Sir,
Who can tell me?
after and before keywords.
Okay. So
If you're
after and before. This is easy, huh? Usually we can. So what can we write? So I ate chicken after I bought.
I have bought a pair of shoes before I ate chicken.
And when we are using
I don't think
I had bought a pair of shoes.
Okay, can
before
I
ate
use
chicken.
like that? Okay,
sir, I had bought a pair of shoes.
Listen, when you're using before and after, in most of the cases you don't have to use had. In most of the cases, because it's clear. When you're using after, there was a time you used to use had, but now if you're using after and before, ওই যে আমাদের একটা ছিল না ডাক্তার আসিবার আগেই ইয়ে মরে গেল, so those are old day stuff. Now you don't have to use it. Even if you don't, it's not to say I ate chicken fry after I bought a pair of shoes.
So that the grammar will be remain same as you have written.
Yes, I ate chicken after I bought a.
The keywords are different.
Okay. So what if I don't want to use after and before? Then the past perfect comes. When you don't want to use, other than that, there is no need of using past perfect. We have a tendency. That.
Sir, the rules was if I use after, then had will be the next in the next part. I mean, I ate chicken fry after I had bought a pair of shoes. We use by these rules, but you can say that after.
Okay. Why don't I write one thing? Why don't I write another sentence? Let me write one sentence. If I write, I bought a car. I have bought a car. I had bought a car. I had sorry. Okay, what's the difference between these? Who can tell me? I bought a car. I have bought a car. I had bought a car. I had had a car.
Sir, first
Anybody? Anybody?
past.
Anybody? Okay, you can use it in Bengali because this might help.
Okay.
I believe.
Sir, firstটা হচ্ছে past tense, simple
No,
past.
no. I'm not interested about tense.
Okay. So,
What does it mean in Bengali? So when we use when I'm
স্যার
talking
একটা
about
হচ্ছে আমার অতীতটা বোঝানোর জন্য অতীতে আমার যদি
when
থাকতো
we
আমি
use
চিনতাম।
when. Also, what's the difference between this one and this one? Who can tell me? Okay, Ashna. Let me ask Ashna.
Yeah.
What's the difference between I bought a car, I had bought a car? What's the difference between I bought a car, I had bought a car?
This is simple past.
No, I'm
simple.
not
Wait.
interested about simple. What's the difference? When we use the first one, when we use the, the third one. This is one.
Sir,
স্যার বাংলায় যেটা আমি
participate.
স্যার আবহাওয়াটা এখনো রয়ে গিয়েছে, লাইক একটা জিনিস কেনার পর
No, listen.
I think it's about the tense.
I don't.
Oh, sir, can I?
I'm talking about the situation. When we use the first one, when we use the second one.
I mean,
it's about what's the difference?
The first one, the car, I'm having it right now. And
is it like that?
No.
Listen, is it like that? The first one, probably I bought it last year or yesterday.
But I had bought a car, it means a long time ago. How long? It's never mentioned. Yeah.
20-30 years ago at least. Is it the case? Abdullah bhai? Is it the case?
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, এটা মানে ইমিডিয়েট পাস্ট টেন্স হইতে পারে, আর এটা হচ্ছে আগে কিনে থাকলে এটার সিকোয়েন্সটা এখনো বর্তমান।
না এটা আপনাদের সব উল্টা পাল্টা, না আমি ওইভাবে বলতে চাচ্ছি না। এটা ক্লিয়ার না আপনাদের, বলতে ক্লিয়ার হয়ে যান। মানে when we use this one, ওই এটা বাদ দেন, ওই যে ওইটা পরে আমরা বলবো যে ওই যে এই হ্যাডের সাথে কোনো সম্পর্ক নাই। ওই যে
ইমিডিয়েট পাস্টে কিনলে সেটা হচ্ছে আপনার হ্যাড বট।
লিসেন
হ্যাঁ রিসেন্ট আর কি, রিসেন্ট।
No. Nothing about recent.
It's past.
I bought a car means the action is completed. It could be yesterday, it could be 100 years ago, no problem. It's past, finished. Nothing.
এই তো বললাম যে স্যার এটা আর এটা হচ্ছে যে এটার কনসিকোয়েন্স আগে করা হয়েছে, এটার কনসিকোয়েন্সটা এখন আছে।
No. That's wrong. That's why I'm saying. The first one is it doesn't matter. If you write like that, you can write last year, you can write 100 years ago, no problem. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I bought a car. Means what? It could be last year, it could be yesterday. Yesterday it could be 1,000 years ago. No problem. Listen, what happens? These are the time phrase. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't use it. Sometimes we don't use it. I bought a car last year, yesterday, or it could be 100 years ago. You get my point? Okay, fine. So when we use this one, the second one, who can tell me when we use the second one? The second one?
The action was done in recent years.
I have bought a car. Means what? Abdullah bhai, eta mane ki? Eta kokhon? When we use this one?
Recent past.
I have bought a car.
I have bought a car. Present past আর কি, মানে জাস্ট আমি এটা কিনেছি আর কি।
Recently I just bought it.
ইমিডিয়েট কিনেছি, সেটা 30 বছর হতে পারে গত, মানে বা ইমিডিয়েটলি বুঝাচ্ছে, বাট বট যখন ইউজ করে তখন সেটা স্যার গতকালকে হতে পারে, সেটা অনেক বছর আগেও হতে পারে।
No. What listen, I have got married. মানে এখনো my wife is there. She hasn't left me. ব্যাপারটা এইটা কিছুটা। মানে the car is আপনার হয়তো বা গ্যারেজে আছে
এখনো আছে আর কি।
So it
এখনো
means
আপনার
still you have a car.
you still in your ownership. Still in your ownership.
It's not
I've got
finished yet.
married means still you are in a divorce hasn't
The
taken
process.
place. A divorce hasn't taken place. I got married means you never know. I got married 10 years back, but you never know. They might have got divorced. Here, what is the problem? The present. Because there is a connection with the present. I have. There is a connection with the with the means something.
তাহলে
So
তো সেই বাংলা রুলসটাই তো ঠিক আছে, তো সেটাই বলছে ম্যাচ, যেটা আবহাওয়া এখনো আছে, যেটা
না না
শেষ
ঠিক
যায়
আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ সেকেন্ডটা ওনার কিন্তু আমি থার্ডটা জিজ্ঞেস করিনি আমি থার্ডটা জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম তখন so I have bought a car. Listen, you just took a shower. You said that I have what I have wet hair means I have wet hair means I can see it, I can feel it. That is still wet. মানে বর্তমানের সাথে কোনো না কোনো সময় একটা there must be a connection, there must be a relationship. I have passed HSC means I can produce that certificate, or the knowledge I still have it in my head. You get my point?
Yeah.
I still have it. Listen, say I got hit by a bullet. No, okay, this is fine. Money, there must be some kind of relationship with the present. There must be.
তাহলে 2 আর 3 এর পার্থক্যটা কি?
What's the difference between 1 and 3? What's the difference between 1 and 3? What's the difference between 1 and 3? So what's the difference between right? I bought a Mercedes Benz. Okay, car. I have bought a Mercedes Benz car. What's the difference between two? When we use this one, when we use this one? Who can tell me? Anybody? When we are going to use?
Which one? Okay, we can.
When we use this one, when we use this one?
At first, it means the action is finished. So
first one is a complete sentence, and second one is not complete. Something is yet to be declared about that.
No. It doesn't have nothing to do with complete. The first one is, listen, the first one is you are in the present. You are here. Huh? You are now here. The action took place in the past. Anytime. Not today. From yesterday to time immemorial, for 100 million years, no problem. So I bought a car. What is the focus? The action. This one took place in the past. Simple. Finished. But what about this? Had bought. What is had bought?
It is still now.
Recent.
No. Recent. This has nothing to do with recent. The present
has something.
The present is something, has something to do with the present. You know, I have bought a car. Yes, probably in the near past, and still I have possession.
Yeah, I have the possession.
Past perfect. There must be two action. There must be two action. Other than that, you can't use a past perfect. There must be two action. Two past action. This is simple past. Simple past.
Your sound is low.
So your voice is lower than before.
Okay, my sound is now it's clear.
No, yeah. Sir. I mean, can you close the microphone to your mouth?
It's clear now. It's clear now.
Yes, sir.
It's clear. Okay. There must be two actions in the past. This is present. This is present. This is simple past. This is past perfect. Past perfect. There must be two actions. The closer one is simple past. The past perfect will make. So you bought two cars. Let me show you. You bought. Okay. Listen. Right. I bought a Lamborghini. Well, I don't know the spelling because probably I want to buy it. But Lamborghini. Okay, think it's Lamborghini. And I'm saying
Okay.
I bought. If someone, I don't know if someone will be generous enough to buy me one, then I might have one. I bought a Mercedes. Mercedes. Here I want to mention, listen, here two action. The action is, now I am here. The last car I bought, Lamborghini. And this one, okay, this is in the last year.
Mercedes.
So it is 2019 and this one 2015. And this is Lamborghini, this is Mercedes. So when I want to mention this one, then only I will use the past perfect. Then only then only I will use, I'm going to use past perfect. Wait. Where is that? Wait. Okay, just check it out. If I say I had a Lamborghini in 2019, then I write. If I write, I had a Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Mercedes in
2015.
I'm not writing that. What I'm trying to mean, last year I had a, last year, I had a Mercedes. Listen, what does it mean? Had, simple past. I had a, you're not also mentioning last. But you're writing, I had a Lamborghini, I had a Mercedes. What does it mean? I had a Lamborghini, I had a Mercedes. Is there any way I understand which one you had previously? Which one you had probably in the near future, and the one that you had in the remote future? Not future, in the past. See here, this is present. This is Lamborghini. This is what?
Rajan is running, we cannot hear you.
But sir, it is the same for now, because you just say I had.
That's why I have to write. If I write another had, then it means that this one is simple past.
Oh, it's I had.
Simple past means the closer past. And the one that I had.
Okay, the second hand. We didn't read because of the screen.
You get it?
Yeah.
Anybody the sound? Can we the sound?
Yeah, I can hear it.
You get it? You understand this one?
Sir.
Huh?
Sir,
that's
it
why.
Means the difference is the way that we used had.
You're
it means
saying,
still now we have the Mercedes.
Mr. Himu is saying I was a businessman in UK. I had been. No, I was a businessman in UK, simple past. Okay, no, I think it's not the correct. Okay. So, had used means We are going to check some sentences. Means if you use a had, it means there must be two action in the past. The one, this is present. This is you are in the present. This one will always be
Finished.
simple past, and this one will be past perfect. Okay, why don't you write like that? I woke up. I woke up at 3 a.m.
Sir, that means we cannot write a sentence with a first perfect tense.
No, without any reference. No, you can. Without any reference, you can. Let me write. You woke up at, I woke up at, it had rained. What does it mean? It means, listen, this is present. This is present. This is 3 a.m. You have a had, means this action took place before that.
Before waking up.
Yeah, before waking up. The one you use had. If you use before after, you don't have to use had. No need. There was a time people used to use it. Before after. You don't, when you are not using before after, then you are using had. You get my point?
Yeah.
That's the basic. That's the basic difference. I had a car. Listen, let me write. Now you have a what? Airplane. I won. I won a airplane. No, I won. I drove. No, not drove. Means, if you have a past perfect, this is what, there must be two actions. There will be two actions. If I write, see, I watched a movie at 11 p.m. last night. I had my dinner. What does it mean? This is past perfect. This is simple past. It means that I am present. This is the closest one is the simple past. Means this is the movie.
Watch.
And this is dinner. This is 11. This is 9. You got it. This is the basic. You simply can't write. You simply can't write like that. Say I had bought a car. I had bought. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. There must be something first. Listen, if you write, I left Dhaka in 1980, means what? You're establishing a timeline. 1980. Now if you use the past perfect, I had sold my car. What does it mean? This is one simple past. This is another action. So what's the nearest action? Left. What's the remote action?
Sold.
Sold, because I have used had with that. You get my point? So it means that if I wrote, I left Dhaka, I sold my car. Which action took place before? No idea. If you write that, I left Dhaka in 1980, or I left Dhaka, I had sold my car. Means before leaving Dhaka, I sold the car. You get it? Everybody, you got it?
Sir, does it also have to write with the timing?
But no, you don't have to. You don't, even if you don't have to, no problem, as long as people understand that.
Okay.
So if you're saying, say, for some reason you got married before you passed your, say, you or anybody, Say, a girl is saying that I got married before I passed my master's. She's saying that I passed my master's in 2010. I had got married. Means
I
means
got
that,
married before the.
no, even if you don't have to say I had got married means before 1990, before 1910. Fine, finished. We'll be checking many sentences now. You understand that this is the basic. This is the basic rule. This is the basic. Now we will check whether we understood this. You get it? Now we'll check it. Now we are going to check some. Now I'll understand whether you understood it. These are all from GMAT. Sentence correction. I'll give you sentence correction. You'll tell me which one is correct. If you understood, you'll be able to give the correct answer. If you don't, probably you won't be able to give the.
Sir, just one query.
Please.
Sir, I mean, I understood clearly the use of had. I mean, it must be before the date, or I just mentioned in the first part of my sentence. But what about the had?
I had means, let me tell you, had means.
Second hand is the first perfect.
No, see, I watched a movie last night at 11. Listen, is there any guarantee that you didn't take your dinner after 11? No guarantee. No guarantee. Now you're writing, I watched a movie last night at 11. I had my dinner. If you write like that, what does it mean? Watched, had means both are past. But so there is no guarantee which one took place earlier. If I write I had my dinner, it means before watching a movie, this action takes place. This is present. This is the closest one. The closest one is simple past. Simple past, and the remote past is past perfect. So this is the past perfect. This is the simple past. So this one should place.
Can you give me sir another example?
Easy. I watched a movie last night. I got a movie দেখেছি.
Sir, one question.
Sir, listen. Why don't you solve it? If you can solve it, you understand it. Let's check it out. বলো.
Sir, এখানে had meanings কি taken হবে? Like
listen, it's the same thing.
Had is using as a taken, eat my food, eat my rice.
I had my dinner and I had.
Sir, এখানে তো second had হচ্ছে have it.
Same thing. It's the same thing. This one and this one. I had taken my shower. I had my shower. Same. We can't use had in many places like this. In only some places. You get it? It's the same thing. Taken and had.
Sir, we also know that have the word have has a first participle from like had.
Okay. Yes, there is another use.
Yes, sir.
I had eventful career. We use this one as well. Career. Listen, pronounce this as career. C-A-R, not career. Career. It should be career. Okay, so I had. That's also correct. I had an eventful career. I had an eventful career. What does it mean? Abdullah bhai achen? Abdullah bhai? Anybody here?
Yes, sir.
I have had an eventful career. What does it mean?
I have had a.
I have had a successful career as a doctor. You're writing as a Doctor. What does it mean? Have had? When we use it?
Now I'm a
Now,
doctor.
no.
No.
I mean,
It started many years back, and still
but
it's
still
continuing.
Still
it's
is
continue.
there.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
going strong, and for many years. It's not just a very.
I mean, it's not lost yet.
No, but it started many years back. A
Yeah.
long one. I have had a successful career means, and I have a successful career means basically now. I have
Yes,
had means it started many years back and still.
but still the
continuing.
effect is going on. Yeah.
Still continuing. Okay.
Okay,
So we will check it. Let's check the problem. Okay. So which one? Which one is the correct answer? Which one is the correct answer? Tell me. Then I'll be able to understand that you understood the past perfect properly.
স্যার আমি কি একটা কথা বলতে পারি?
হ্যাঁ বলো।
স্যার I had means তো এখানে বোঝাচ্ছে যে ফার্স্ট হ্যাডটা তো হ্যাড হিসেবে আর সেকেন্ড হ্যাডটা হচ্ছে হ্যাভ এর যে
হ্যাঁ প্রথমটা হচ্ছে পাস্ট পারফেক্টের হ্যাড আর সেকেন্ডটা হলো ওই
হ্যাডের যে পাস্ট
টেন্সের ইটস এ টেন্সের ওই লাস্ট ফর্মটা পাস্ট পারফেক্ট ফর্ম।
স্যার আরো একটু ইজি হয় যদি আপনি হ্যাভ হ্যাড দিয়ে লিখে দেন।
আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ ওইটা যেমন ইজ দ্য সেম থিং ইফ ইউ রাইট I had taken my dinner. I had taken my dinner. I had my dinner. It's the same thing. But without any reference, you can simply write that. It doesn't make any sense. You must have to establish the time first. So he came. My friend, if you write, say my friend, last night, my friend came to my house at 10 p.m. He had already taken his dinner. Means before coming, I am establishing 10 p.m. Now I am using have had. Means this action took place before 10 p.m. আমাদের একটা প্রথমে যখন আমরা একটা টাইম এস্টাবলিশ করতে হবে মনে করেন I left United States in 2000. I have established a time 2000. তারপর আমি বলতে যাচ্ছি এর আগে আমি পিএইচডি কমপ্লিট করেছিলাম মানে কি হবে বলেন তো I
had completed.
I had or I had না I had completed না শুধু একটা had
I had completed my PhD.
But finish. No year.
Sir,
Because
does it make sense if we use I had completed my PhD earlier or before? আগে যদি আমি ইউজ করি এটা সেন্টেন্সের শুরুতে এটা কি হবে স্যার?
না তাহলে তো আমি
সব সময় এটা সেন্টেন্সের লাস্টে ইউজ হবে।
আগে টাইমটা সেট করতে হবে। I must establish a time. তারপরে সিম্পল পাস দিয়ে টাইমটা আমি এস্টাবলিশ করে নিচ্ছি তারপরে পাস্ট পারফেক্ট বললে কি হচ্ছে ওর আগে চলে যাচ্ছে বুঝছো হ্যাঁ মানে ফার্স্ট আমাকে সিম্পল পাস দিয়ে আমাকে একটা টাইম এস্টাবলিশ করতে হবে
তার মানে ওখানে স্যার হচ্ছে in there we can instead of using had completed we can also use had my PhD
হ্যাঁ I had হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে this is correct okay which one is the correct one এখানে which one is the correct one
okay sir
now tell me now the test now the test time which one is the correct one if you think the given sentence whatever is written here this is correct go for A if you think the other ones is correct go for any of these it could be B it could be C it could be D it could be E if you think the given sentence is correct go for A reporting that one of his many problems had been the recent extended sales slump in women's apparel. The 7-store retailer said it would start a 3-month liquidation sale in all of its stores. Means 2 actions. One of the actions is Problem with recent extended sales slump in. So they couldn't sell what? Apparel, women's apparel, opens clothes. Who reported? The seven store retailer. And they would start a 3-month liquidation sale in all of its stores. Should we use, should there be has, had, or these? Should we use had? Do we need a had?
Number 6.
Reporting that one of its many problems had been. So what are the 2 actions? Tell me 2 actions.
Extended sales slump.
Listen, no, this one. They said something. They said something. And what is the other action?
Liquidation sale.
It would be
So-
B. 2. Its
2
many
actions.
problems
Listen.
has been there recently.
Which one is recent? Which one is closer?
Which was
B, B.
Said.
No, they said yes. Now
Said is the recent
something.
action.
Earlier
why they said? Because there was
had been.
slump. There was a slump. Slump means low sell. Low sell. Based on that, they decided that they said something. That so this must be what? Past, perfect.
Perfect.
And this will be simple.
Perfect.
But
Simple
sir,
past.
had been, it means present, I think.
No. Past perfect. This is a past perfect. This is a past perfect. Had been. This is a past
Okay.
perfect. So this is one action.
Okay.
This is another action. So this action took place before this action. You know, when you have a sell slump, when nothing is, then you decide that we are going to do something. Liquidation sell. They're going to put a sell sign. You get my point? So 2 actions. So here, what if we just wrote simple past? Then it was difficult for us to understand which took place earlier. Which took place earlier. You get my point? Now, as we have had, now we understand this one denotes this one, and this one denotes this one. This is closer, and this is remote past. You get my point?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. So this one helps us to এই যে ইয়ে বলেন আমাদের ডাক্তার সাহেব
জি স্যার
আপনি বলছেন আমি এই you are a surgeon. Before the incision, I made sure that it had been anesthetized.
Of course.
Then what you're going to do? You're going to say
Then,
before the incision.
I had to,
before the incision, the area had been
anesthetized. Yeah. Yes.
Means which one took place earlier? The anesthesia.
Of course, anesthesia.
First, then the incision. You get my point?
Yes,
so
sir.
if you can use it, it becomes more clear to anybody. This is why we use this one. Okay, now this one.
So what was the answer? I mean, the given example was correct.
Okay. Wait. Where is that? Oh, which one is the answer? I think it will be, the answer will be, we need a had been.
Yes, sir.
Achha, had been, we need a had been. It's many problems.
Is it the recent or recently?
No, the recent. The recent.
Sir, E number ta?
There are many problems had been the recent. There hobe naki it's hobe. And ekhane ki ache? 7 store retail store. 7 store মানে রিটেইলার মানে মনে করেন একটা দোকানে 7টা রিটেইল আছে আমরা কি মিনা বাজারস বলবো না মিনা বাজারই বলবো মিনা বাজার বাট ইট হ্যাজ 7 স্টোর তাহলে এখানে 7 স্টোর রিটেইলার কি হবে ইটস হবে that's why these are wrong.
Then why don't you mean number B is correct? I mean, what the problem?
Has been we can
has no, yeah. Sorry.
We can use has. Okay, what about the next one? Check it out.
Okay,
the company announced that its profit declined much less in the second quarter than analysts had expected it to and its business will improve in the second half of the year. Which one is the correct answer? The company announced what? That its profit declined much less in the second quarter. Then one is decline. This is okay. Which one is the two action? I think announce.
Yeah.
Okay, this is announce.
Announce.
Another is profit
decline.
much less in the second than the analyst had expected.
Analyst had expected.
Had expected. Which one comes first? The expectation or what happens?
The declining of the profit.
No, what you expected earlier. Then something
expectation, then announce it.
Yeah, then the expectation. So there must be. Do we need to put a had? We need it or we don't need a had?
I mean,
we need
no.
Had, yes.
Okay.
You expected something. You said something, but later on it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So you said something, it didn't work. So this one took place earlier.
I mean, had expectation come earlier. Yeah. So
yes, they had expectation. Yeah. There's another problem. Will it be will or would? Because in the past you expected something. In the past, then it's would, not will. Because he told me that he would go. Do we say that he told me he will go? No.
No, sir.
In the past, he told me that he would
go.
Leave. Would, because past. Now, which one is the correct answer? Do you need had?
B. Number B.
It's B, not A. I will send all the answers, all the explanations,
yes,
through email. You can check it out. Each of them, it will have an explanation. You got it? You got it?
Yeah.
Others, you understood. Okay, so I think this one, where's the tense? Who can tell me? Who can tell me?
Which one, sir?
This one?
Entered is the first action.
Entered ratio for more supply when they had their previous campaigns.
Hello, Asaduzzaman. Asad, how are you? You're here? আপনি আছেন? Mr. Asad? Are you here? আচ্ছা, no problem. কোনটা হবে? কোনটা correct হবে? Which one? Although Napoleon's army entered Russia, far more supplies. They had. Whenever you have had, you must check it out. They had in their previous campaigns. It had provisions for only 20. Should we use had or we don't need a had?
We don't.
Although Napoleon's army entered Russia with far more supplies than they had in their previous, we are comparing two events. They entered Russia. Napoleon. Say previous and a long way back. So they are comparing these two. Although Napoleon's army entered with far more, means here they had more. They had more supplies. They had only this much supply. Now we have more supplies they had in their previous campaign. It had provisions for only 24 days. But here, it only 24 days. So should we use a had here or no?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, no. Had is here. This one they're using had.
First one will have,
there will be simple past. Do you need a had?
Yes, sir.
You need a had?
Yeah, yes. First one, of course.
So do you think the first one is correct?
Yes, sir, first one.
Yeah, first one is correct, sir.
No, listen, it's not a past perfect. No. It's not a past perfect. They had. This is just a simple past. This is also
a simple past.
We can't have it. Listen, there is another problem. Army, they're trying to mean, then not they, it. Although Napoleon's army entered Russia with far more supplies than it had in, I think, in its previous campaigns, you see here it, so this must be it. Okay, think about it, it's. So how you are going to change it? How we can make this sentence correct? Who can tell me?
The B number.
B, then the previous had. Then there, no, it must be it.
It তো হবে কিন্তু সেকেন্ডটা কি হবে?
I think it should be then they had.
জি স্যার
This is correct. This is correct.
জি স্যার
We must have. Although neighbors are made with far more supplies than it had in the previous, it had. This is simple past and this is past perfect. You get my point?
এটা তো রিমোট ফার্স্ট হয়েছে কারণ এটা বোঝাচ্ছে তাদের ক্যাম্পেইনটা
আগে থেকে হ্যাঁ এই কতবার you get it? Okay, so it must be which one? I think this one. আচ্ছা, but যেহেতু এটা নাই, they went for E. They left out all those messy things. This is the best among here, but we could have even written had, no problem. But for any previous campaign, they made it easy. Get my point? They made it easy.
As they mentioned.
Okay, so this is one. Now, let's. Okay, these are from GMAT. These also come in IBA sentence correction, in IBA entrance. They give this kind of questions. So this is also part of GMAT. People practices from GMAT. Okay, which one is the correct? Okay, which one is correct? Which one? Where? The previous one? The previous one is the last one. I'll send you all the answers. Which one is the correct? Check it out. If you think the given sentence is correct, go for A. Other than that, just pick one. Which one? Which one do you think is the correct? Bufo marinus, fierce predator that will eat frogs, lizards, and even small birds, are native to South America, but were introduced to Florida during the 1930s in an attempt to control pests in the state's vast sugar cane fields. Which one is the correct? We need had been natives or are natives. We had or we are. Either this will be correct or this will be correct. Do we need had?
Yes, sir, but we need had been.
That will it. That's even. No, had been means. No, it's still native. No, listen, it's native now, but now to native. মানে এইটা আপনি ইয়েতে গেলে পাবেন, আপনি সাউথ আমেরিকায় গেলেও পাবেন। সাউথ আমেরিকায় গিয়ে কি আর পাবেন না? হ্যাড বিন নেটিভ মানে এখন আর নাই, আগে ছিল। এটা তো হচ্ছে না, এখন তো নেটিভ। তাহলে কি হবে?
বি আর নেটিভ ইন সাউথ আমেরিকা।
এটা কিন্তু আর হবে, কেন অবস্থা বুঝতে হবে। আর নেটিভ টু সাউথ আমেরিকা, বাট কি হবে? বাট were introduced into Florida. আমার মনে হয় আমাদের এইটা হবে না, এখানে had been হবে না। আচ্ছা, in an attempt to control নাকি in an attempt at controlling? in an
দুটোই তো কারেক্ট হয়, at controlling
as attempts to control। হ্যাঁ, এর মধ্যে কোনটা বেটার?
তো সরাসরি তো ফার্স্ট এটাই দেওয়া আছে, বাট মানে আসলে
না, এইটা যদি কারেক্ট হয় তাহলে এইটাই বলেন, এটা যদি হয় তাহলে বলেন এ, মানে
এটা স্যার বি হবে আর নেটিভ ইন সাউথ আমেরিকা। এখানে টু আছে।
না, ওখানে তো আচ্ছা, বাট were introduced to Florida during the 90s. No, I think না, এটা better as an attempt to control, in an attempt to control. এটা it sounds better and it's more idiomatic.
স্যার কিন্তু এখানে যে আন্ডারলাইন করে দেওয়া আছে, মানে তাহলে আমরা
এইটা দেয়া মানে এটা যদি কারেক্ট হয় তাহলে এ কে চুজ করতে হবে।
তাহলে স্যার এই তো সরাসরি দেওয়াই আছে, ঠিক
হ্যাঁ দেয়া আছে। না, এটা কারেক্ট হবে এমন কোনো কথা নেই, এটা কারেক্ট হতেও পারে,
হ্যাঁ, কিন্তু সরাসরি যেহেতু অ্যান্সারটা দেওয়াই আছে, তো
হ্যাঁ তাহলে এ,
ওখানে
তাহলে
যা মিনিং করেছে,
হ্যাঁ
তো
তাহলে বলবো যে এই সেন্টেন্সটাই ঠিক আছে, তাহলে বলবো এই সেন্টেন্সটাই ঠিক আছে, বুঝছেন? হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা, তাহলে এটা
সেখানে তো মাল্টিপল অ্যান্সার হবে না।
মানে না না না, এটা এই কারেক্ট। আচ্ছা, এই যে এখানে অ্যান্সারটা দেওয়া আছে, আমি পাঠিয়ে দেবো, হ্যাঁ আপনারা চেক করে দেখতে পারেন কোনটা কি কারণে ভুল। আচ্ছা, এরপরটা দেখেন, এটা কি দেবে? Under a provision of Constitution that was never applied, Congress had been required.
Has been
এখানে Congress has been required to call a convention for considering possible amendments to the document when formally asked to do so, to do it by legislature. ये भाई ওই যে কি বলে আমাদের হিমু ভাই আছেন? হিমু ভাই, এই যে যখন আপনি বড় বড় সেন্টেন্স গুলো করবেন, এইটাই এক্সপার্ট হলে দেখবেন সহজ গুলো কি হয়ে যায়, এক্সপার্ট হবে। আমাদের প্রবলেম হলো আমরা কোনো কঠিনিয়তে যাই না,
বিয়ন্ড মাই হেড,
বুঝছেন? মানে এখন যখন এইসব করতে থাকবেন দেখবেন যে আপনার লেখাগুলো এই ধরনের হতে থাকবে, নাহলে এই ধরনের হবে না, আপনি আপনার মতোই লিখবেন। এটা কোনটা কারেক্ট হবে? Under the provision of the Constitution that was never applied. এর ফলে আপনার মিনিংটাও কিন্তু ক্লিয়ার হচ্ছে, আপনার কঠিন সেন্টেন্স বোঝার অ্যাবিলিটিও কিন্তু বাড়ছে। Under a provision of the Constitution that was never applied, হ্যাঁ that was, আর এখানে কি কি আছে? has আছে, এখানে was, মানে হয় এইটা কারেক্ট হবে, না হয় ওইটা কারেক্ট হবে, দুইটা কারেক্ট হবে না, যে কোনো একটা, হয় এই তিনটা অথবা এই দুইটা।
একটা ব্যাপার বুঝছি না স্যার, প্রত্যেকটার মধ্যে কিন্তু আন্ডারলাইন সেন্টেন্সটা ফার্স্টে দিয়ে দিচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ,
আন্ডারলাইন সেন্টেন্সটা যদি রাইট হয়, আন্ডারলাইন সেন্টেন্সটার সাথে মিলাই তো আমরা অ্যানসারটা করব, তাই
না?
না?
না, ও মিনিং চেঞ্জ করা যাবে না, মিনিং চেঞ্জ করা যাবে না, কিন্তু যে কোনোটা কারেক্ট হতে পারে।
অ্যানসারে দেওয়াই আছে, তাহলে
আন্ডারলাইন সেন্টেন্সটা কারেক্ট হতেও পারে, নাও হতে পারে,
নাও হতে পারে। কারেক্ট হতে পারে,
ওইটাকে আমাদের কারেক্ট ধরতে হবে, আমাদের ওইটাই আমাদের কোশ্চেন।
হ্যাঁ, আমি মিনিংটা চেঞ্জ করতে পারবো না, এটাই কোশ্চেন। এইটা যদি কারেক্ট হয়ে যায় আমি এ নেব, আর যদি না হয় অন্যটা নেব। Under a provision of the Constitution that was never applied. আচ্ছা, এখানে কি that has never been applied, নাকি Congress has been required? আবার has been মানে কি এখন পর্যন্ত অ্যাপ্লাই করা হয়নি, আর was never applied মানে অতীতে করা হয়নি, has been মানে এখন পর্যন্ত করা হয়নি, বুঝছেন? এটাই পার্থক্য। এন্ড পুরোটুক পরে বোধহয় আমরা বুঝবো Congress has been required, না এই was এর সঙ্গে কি ইয়ে হবে? was এর সঙ্গে কি নরমালি has been হবে?
নো স্যার,
না, এটা সম্ভবত হবে না, না। তাহলে কোনটা হবে?
স্যার হ্যাঁ, প্রথমে হচ্ছে স্যার ডি এবং ই এর মধ্যে যে কোনো একটা হবে।
আপনার ডি আর ই মনে হচ্ছে।
জি স্যার।
তাহলে কোনটা হবে দেখেন, কংগ্রেস ইজ ইটা কি বলছে? রিকোয়ার্ড টু কল আ কনভেনশন to consider possible amendment to the document when formally asked to do so. আর বলছে has never been applied,
ই হবে স্যার, এটা
Congress is required to call a to consider possible amendment to the when formally asked to do so. Has never been applied whereby. এটা কি ই?
ই would be the answer.
সবার কি এটাই মনে হচ্ছে?
Yes,
I think so. ই।
আচ্ছা, দেখি তো কোনটা। হ্যাঁ, ই ইজ দ্য বেস্ট আনসার, এই তো বাস। এবং অন্যান্যগুলো কেন হচ্ছে না এটা লেখা আছে, আমি পাঠিয়ে দেবো। হ্যাঁ, আপনার যদি ইচ্ছা হয় একটু দেখতে পারেন। আচ্ছা, তারপর এইটা দেখেন, এটা দেখেন যে a recent study has found that within the past few years many doctors had elected early retirement rather than face the threats of lawsuits and the rising cost of malpractice insurance.
It is A. It will be A.
আপনারা যারা ডাক্তাররা বাইরে যেতে যাচ্ছেন আপনাদের কিন্তু এটা, তাহলে রিসেন্ট স্টাডি has found কিন্তু has found কি that within the past few years কি হয়েছে,
has found
many doctors এটা কিন্তু বর্তমানের কথা বলছে, had elected. Many doctors had elected. Had মানে কি? ওর আগে কিন্তু had elected থাকলে কি হবে?
Past participle, I mean.
Rather ওর কিন্তু আরেকটা simple past থাকতে হবে।
Yes.
আরেকটা কিন্তু simple past, শুধু past perfect আমি আলাদা দিতে পারবো না।
It would be D.
কি বলছে?
D.
Reason that many doctors have elected to retire early rather than না এই যে retire to retire early সঙ্গে এই যে আমরা পরে দেখব এটা ইয়ে হয় না, প্যারালাল হয় না। to retire এর সঙ্গে to face হবে। আমরা কিন্তু আসবো আজকে কি করছি, আজকে টেন্স করছি, এমন করে কম্পারিজন করব, অনেক ধরনের ব্যাপার আছে, ওইগুলো এক এক দিন এক একটা করব। এই টু রিটায়ার এর সঙ্গে ফেসিং হয় না, এখানে কি আছে রিটায়ারিং এর সঙ্গে ফেসিংটা আছে, কোনটা হতে পারে? এখানে আবার have elected to retire early rather than face.
It would be then C. C.
Instead of have elected retiring early instead of facing. Instead of
Sir, B.
আপনি তো ডাক্তার, আপনি তো ভালো বুঝবেন এটা।
Instead of facing, sir.
মনের কথাটা বুঝবেন। আচ্ছা।
Sir, have elected
many
retiring early
doctors
instead
have
of
elected retiring early instead of facing the threats of. এটা কি সি মনে হচ্ছে?
জি স্যার।
C like C.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা দেখি তো। Answer E. আচ্ছা C কেন না? C is faulty because have elected, which is correct in this, cannot idiomatically be followed by participles such as retiring. আচ্ছা তাহলে এখানে বলছে রিটায়ারিংটা হবে না, কেন? রিটায়ারিং have elected or have elected retire, have elected to retire, have elected retiring হয় না, have elected to retire আচ্ছা early rather than face, এটা ই তে গেছে।
স্যার আপনি তো বলেছেন আবার টু রিটায়ার সাথে টু ফেস হয়, দেন তো
ও না, এখানে যেটা করেছে দেখেন ওরা elected to, elected they have elected to retire, এখানে আসলে ওই যে টু টা বোধহয় উচ্চ দিয়েছে, টু ফেসটা রিপিট করেনি। have elected what? to retire early rather than to face, to face করলে মানে এখানে ইয়ে করছে, এখানে রিডান্ডেন্ট, বুঝছেন? হ্যাঁ, I was just parallel and idiomatic, মানে এখানে টু টা ধরে নিতে হবে, এখানে টু আছে, এখানে আর টু বলেন। অনেক সময় থাকে না, আমরা কিন্তু এক জায়গায় টু দিই আরেক জায়গায় টু দিই না, আমরা ধরে নিই ওখানে টুটা আছে, এই জন্য, বুঝছেন? অন্য কোনো কারণ। আচ্ছা, have elected to retire, রেমডি এ দেখেন কোনটা বেটার, কি বেশি শুনেছেন? they have elected retiring নাকি they have elected to retire? to retireটা কিন্তু আমরা বেশি শুনি, বুঝছেন? আচ্ছা, আছেন আপনারা নাকি চলে গেছেন?
Yes, sir. We're here.
Ashna, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Following that? Are these helpful or no? What do you think? Grammar?
Yeah, it's a little bit complex, but I can
Okay,
understand.
but listen, I can send you all the practice materials. If you practice at home, because all the answers are there. If you really practice, one day you'll see that your grammar kind of change. But you'll have to give time. You know, it's very good. It's very, because this is how you learn. You know, you trial and error. It's not, you're not memorizing anything. You're trying and you're making mistake and you're learning from your mistake.
Okay.
Okay. Then what? Salt deposit and moisture threaten to destroy the Mohenjo-daro excavation in Pakistan, the site of an ancient civilization that flourished at the same time as the civilization in the Nile Delta and the river valleys of Tigris and Euphrates. Which one is the correct answer? Here we have flourished, we have had flourished, we have flourished, They're flourishing. They're flourishing.
Sir, had flourished.
No, it will be A. Same.
Mm-hmm.
That
Flourished at
flourished.
the same time as the civilization. Are we talking about many civilization? Are we comparing, or we are comparing? At one time, at the same time, one time. We are not comparing with many times. It's not about 3 times. We are not comparing. When we compare, then we
Yes,
use
sir.
had. When we comparing, then we simple past. Simple past. 3 events taking in one action finish. Three civilization, but taking place in one particular time. So what should be simple past?
Sir,
Is that
then,
one?
sir, the given
And another thing,
sentence is correct.
don't usually in GMAT, that's the rule. They don't use ing with past usually. That's the rule in GMAT. I don't know why, but that's they don't use it. They always use simple past. Simple past. There should be no had. There's no meaning in had. So what's the correct answer?
A.
A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. Are you feeling hungry? Are you hungry? Want to leave? No, you must be hungry. Few more? 1, 2, or?
So today we can.
You want to leave? Or do few more? I don't have problem.
Sir, I have some work to do. So
Okay. Okay, this is the last one, huh?
Okay, sir.
And then the rest, okay, 9:15. Let's finish it within 9:15. And the rest I will give you as homework. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You can solve it. You can check the
Yes.
answers because I'll send you the answers as well.
Okay, sir, inshallah.
Okay. Never before had taxpayers confronted so many changes at once as they had in the Tax Reform Act of 1986. You see, if you don't know this properly, you won't be able to write this kind of sentences. So you really have to be good with grammar.
Never before had taxpayers
confronted
so many changes at once they had
in the tax reform. So what they're trying to mean, in 1986, there was a big change, very big change. And they're comparing this change with all the change that took place in these years. And there were many changes, but they're comparing all these changes with what? With this big one. So there are how many changes? All this together as one unit. And this one. So this will be simple
Past tense.
Simple past. And this one together past
perfect.
Past perfect. So which one is correct? Acha. So never before had. Listen, this is what past perfect. You in a this kind of sentence you can't have 2 past perfect. You must have 1 past perfect, 1 is simple. So the past perfect is always there.
Always there. So
already there.
A.
And had confronted already there.
Yeah.
So the last one here, it should be only simple past. Which one is simple past?
Sir, D.
Achha, so many at once as they confronted. Yes, this one.
D, yes, sir.
D. You need a simple past, and this is past perfect. Had confronted, and this is only confronted. You got it?
Yes, sir.
না বল, এই যে দেখেন দুইটা, একটা আছে বলছে যে 1986 এ এমন একটা বড়, এই যে মনে করেন ধরেন কোভিডে ধরেন রেসপিরেটরি একটা ইলনেস 2020 আমি আগামী বছর বলছি যে আমাদের এমন একটা এসেছে যা কিনা ওর আগে তো অনেকগুলো এসেছিল, সার্স টার্স এটা ওটা সবকিছু, সবগুলোর থেকে এটা অনেক অনেক বিপজ্জনক, অনেক আমাদের কষ্ট দিয়েছে, বুঝছেন? তাহলে কি হবে? এটা হবে সিম্পল পাস, আর এইগুলো সবগুলো মিলিয়ে এর আগে পর্যন্ত যতগুলো এসছে ওইগুলো কি হবে? পাস পারফেক্ট। এই যে এখানে হ্যাড, নেভার বিফোর হ্যাড, এই যে দেখেন আপনি এখানে বলছেন উই, দেখেন নেভার বিফোর উই কনফ্রন্টেড, এই যে দেখেন যদি এটা কারেক্ট হয়, নেভার বিফোর উই কনফ্রন্টেড as as many dangers at the bottom.
এ হবে না কেন স্যার? এখানে কনফ্রন্টেড আবার বলা
কোনটা
এ তো
ডি হবে কেন এটা?
কারণ হচ্ছে
আচ্ছা দেখি কোনটা, দাঁড়ান আমি
সিম্পল না,
অ্যানসার কোনটা, অ্যানসার কোনটা?
ডি,
অ্যানসার ডি। ডি, এই যে এটা একটা হচ্ছে কনফ্রন্ট, এটা সিম্পল পাস।
Yeah, we already found the past perfect, so
Past perfect হয়ে গেছে না?
yeah, we need just the simple past. So
আমি তো
the
দুইটা
simple
পাস
past will be-
পারফেক্ট দিতে পারবো না, একটা পাস পারফেক্ট একটা সিম্পল পাস, একটা পাস পারফেক্ট।
মানে
তাহলে হেডটাও তো স্যার এখানে সিম্পল পাস্ট হিসেবে
no,
ইউজ হচ্ছে।
had always represent yeah,
Oh
past
no,
perfect.
not always. So many changes at once as they, আচ্ছা they had.
Yes sir, এখানে তো হ্যাঁ আমি তো অর্থ চেঞ্জ করতে পারবো না, তাহলে আমি আবার কেন মানে পাস কেন দিতেছি?
আচ্ছা আরেকটা কথা, so many, listen, এখানে আরেকটা ইডিওমেট সব লেখা আছে নিচে, as এর সঙ্গে কি হবে? as এর সঙ্গে as আসে, এটা ইডিওমেটিক ইউজ। এই এখানে so আছে, এখানে আবার as আছে, এটা হবে না, সব খেয়াল করতে হবে। এই যে এখানে লেখা আছে সব, এখানে সব কি কারণে সব লেখা আছে,
দ্যাটস দ্য রিজন, ইজ দ্য অনলি রিজন। সো এর সাথে অ্যাজ হবে না, রাইট
জিম্যাটে অনেক, এর ফলে কি, এর ফলে আমি যখন একটা খাতা দেখি আমি 10টা লাল কালি দিতে পারি, প্রবলেম হলো এইটা, মানে এই রুল গুলো আমার কিছু মনে আছে, কিন্তু এইটা একটা ব্যাপার, মানে জিম্যাটে এই রুল গুলো আমি দেখি প্রবলেম, বুঝছেন? যে যত জানবে। হ্যাঁ
এখানে as থাকতো ফার্স্টে, তাহলে তো ফার্স্ট সেন্টেন্সটা রাইট হতো।
হ্যাঁ হয়তোবা,
হ্যাঁ as থাকলে রাইট হতো,
as
রাইট।
many changes at once as they had,
বা এখানে যদি as না থাকতো
they had এর থেকে কনফ্রন্টটা বেটার।
স্যার কেন, মানে এই জিনিসটা বুঝতে পারছি না কেন?
না এটা ক্লিয়ার, এটা সেন্টেন্সটা আরেকটু ক্লিয়ার হয়, সেন্টেন্সটা মিনিংটা কনফ্রন্টের সঙ্গে আরো ক্লিয়ার হয়, একবার পড়লেই আইডিয়াটা ক্লিয়ার হয়। এখন যেহেতু এখানে নাই, যেহেতু আমাদের
মানে
অ্যাস থাকলে, হ্যাঁ অ্যাস থাকলে তখন আমি চিন্তা করতাম, যেহেতু অ্যাস নাই আমি চিন্তাই করি, ওকে বাদ দেওয়াটাই আসল এখানে, আপাতত কাজ হলো বাদ দেওয়া, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা ওরা এই কিসের জন্য বলছে দেখি, the past perfect had confront illogically places the etc in the same time frame as, এখানে তো প্রবলেম হচ্ছে as they had same frame then as, আচ্ছা ওখানে তো as they had তো আবার same, এখানে আবার had confronted, এখানে তো ওরা বলতে চাচ্ছে যে একই টাইম লাইনে, কিন্তু had তো এখানে সিম্পল পাস্ট,
এখানে সিম্পল পাস্ট তো হ্যাড নিজেই, এখানে আর হ্যাড বিন না,
আচ্ছা একটা না বলি কি জানেন, ওখানে বলতে যাচ্ছে এখানে ওরা কনফ্রন্টেডটা আর রিপিট করেনি।
হ্যাঁ এটাই মেইন,
আমার কথা বুঝছেন, এইটাই মেইন কথা, ওরা বলতে যাচ্ছে আমি কনফ্রন্টেডটা রিপিট করিনি, কিন্তু তাহলে এখানেও হ্যাড কনফ্রন্টেড, এখানেও হ্যাড কনফ্রন্টেড, তাহলে দুইটা কি হয়ে যায়, দুইটাই পাস্ট পারফেক্ট হয়ে যায়। দুইটা পাস্ট পারফেক্ট হলে কোনটা আগে কোনটা পরে এটা তো আমরা বুঝছি,
কিন্তু স্যার ওরা যে এটা উজ্জ্বল রাখছে এটা তো আমরা বুঝবো না, স্যার আমাদের এই শোটাই দেখতে
মানে করতে করতে উইল হ্যাভ টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড। Okay, so then let's stop it here for now. In the next class we will do another thing, it could be parallelism or comparison. They have rules for each of those, so once you understand the basic rule you will see that you can write it. After the basic rule you'll have to know the basic, there in every case in any comparison there's some basic rule. If you know that, whatever you write you will be able to check it whether it's correct or not. If you don't know the rule you won't be able to check it, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা we will have another grammar class next I think Thursday. For the time being we'll have Thursday and we'll have on Saturday, these 2 days grammar class.
Okay.
And we have 3 days.
So much useful for us.
This is interesting. Do you think
Yes,
it's
sir.
interesting? Listen,
Yes,
as long as I have students, I can take, or I can even take separate classes. These are very interesting, you know. And if I send you the
Grammar is
materials,
always interesting.
huh?
I think so. Grammar is always interesting.
Grammar, but this is more practical grammar. The other grammar, sometimes what happens, you memorize, you forget it. This is, you're facing it. You're given a challenge. Do it. You understand, and when you read these, you know the rules. You're একটা কাজ করতে পারেন, একটা খাতা বানাবেন, যাই আপনি নতুন কিছু পাবেন ওখানে লিখে রাখবেন. Whatever you get new in these are the rules. Write it down. That's the grammar. That's your grammar rules. Get my point?
Yeah.
So if you want, tell me. I will what? I'll provide you with all the materials. All the materials. There are 11 books, but from their 11 books, there are 400, around 500 sentence correction. If you solve this 500, you are not going to have any problem up to PhD. Even, you know, your PhD, you're good for PhD as well. PhD grammar, you're good. You get my point?
Okay. Yeah.
This is it's GMAT. This is GMAT. GMAT, they have one grammar portion in GMAT, and that's the best. Okay, so if you don't find any students, that's the biggest problem. You know, we can continue, but as long as you are there, we will continue.
Okay. Thank you, sir,
Okay,
for your
so
question.
hopefully we will meet, and
the
I'll be sending
participant
all.
actually today is much. I mean, than yesterday. I mean,
Okay, yes,
last
there were
class,
higher. Yeah, there were more students. Okay, thank you. So, or even, and there's another thing. There's also logical reasoning. The GMAT logical reasoning is also interesting.
So logical reasoning is hard. I just
you know, it's hard, but
yeah.
if you keep on doing it,
yeah,
even if we have a separate class, I can even do a morning separate class. Those who are interested, you can come in. You see that your thinking ability will increase, guaranteed.
Okay.
We can even do that. You know, if you are interested, we can put another session. You know, on morning 2 days, you know, we can do logical reasoning as well.
Okay,
anybody interested in morning time? Anybody?
I'm interested, but I'm not sure about the time because of my
the
duty.
timing. Yes.
I mean,
yes,
yeah.
Okay. Others, you know, anybody interested to try a few logical
sir,
reasoning?
I'm interested.
Me too, sir. I'm also interested, but if
the
I'm not
timing, I
able to
understand.
arrange
Okay,
time.
okay. Let's start. Let's meet for grammar class, then we'll decide. If you can, any on Friday, it could be on Friday, it could be on Saturday in the morning, you know, 2 hours, 1.5 hours. That will put you in a challenge. Okay, okay. So have a good night and be safe.
Thank you, sir, for your precious time.
Thanks.
And it was really helpful, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you very much.
So are you clear about past perfect?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah.
Listen, one thing, you can never write this sentence. You can never write, see, the last thing. It's a mistake. See, I passed my MBBS. If you write last year or in 2019, is it the correct sentence? I passed my MBBS last year or 2019. Is it correct? Anybody?
Ashna?
Sir,
no, sir.
Yeah.
Ashna, do you write this sentence?
But it's past, so we should use.
Last year,
I passed only.
Past, you can
I think we don't need have.
Yeah.
Never. Always simple past. Simple past. You can leave this one. It doesn't matter. But can I write I had passed? What does it mean? I had passed my MBBS. What does it mean? Means, listen, say I left Dhaka for USA in the year 2020. I had passed my MBBS. What does it mean? I had passed my. So before leaving,
I have passed my MBBS.
Before leaving, it was done. So the first one is simple past. The previous one is past perfect. You got it?
Yeah.
You got it? Okay. So you're clear about past perfect?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Perfect.
Assalamu
Perfect. Huh? Perfect.
Inshallah.
Okay. Okay. Take care. Huh? Have a good night.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Okay. Good night. Okay, Sharna, are you there? Sharna,
Yes, sir. Yes,
how
sir.
are you?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Yes, sir.
Were you following
Sir,
this
I'm
class?
fine.
Were you following
Yes,
this
sir.
class? Did you
Yes, sir.
understand? Did you understand what we are talking about?
Sir, sometimes understand, sometimes I face problem, then try to be understand.
Okay. I will send you the whatever we have covered. If you have any problem, you can even knock me. I can even solve it for you. If you want.
Of course, sir. I want.
Just
Sir,
let me
thank you,
know.
sir.
Just let me know the time. We can sit in Zoom and I can show you. Okay.
ঠিক আছে, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sending you all the আজকে যা করলাম check it out. নিজে বুঝো নাকি না বুঝলে আমার সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ করো. Fine.
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Take care.
ঠিক আছে, sir.
Okay,
Assalamu
bye.
alaikum.
Okay, thank you for today. We just had a grammar session for today, and we mostly focus on tense and tense mostly on the perfect tense. That's very commonly this trouble us a lot, and hopefully those who have followed the classes, we have been able to understand say how we use past perfect, and we also touched upon the conditional sentences. I think it's very important, especially for IELTS. If you get the time, you should just go through that conditional, and I'm going to send you 3 videos today, and if you get time, probably that will help you. So try to write at least 1 or 2 sentences that are conditional, and the examiner will understand that you have better competence on English grammar. So these are very important. It's not only about just writing. Sometimes you'll have to write smartly. Okay, so hopefully we'll meet tomorrow at 7. I think we are going to have a GRE verbal class tomorrow, and after on the next day we're going to have IELTS class. Each day we start at 7, and we try to do the class for 2.5 hours or around 2 hours. Okay. Good night. Take care.